All right, okay, people. I'm sorry. I really hope this is a fast one here because I don't have a lot of time left here tonight. Uh, Somebody had asked me the other day, what would give anybody reason to think that an attack may be going on in this country? Well, for me, it's obvious already. I mean, all the false stuff that's going on, that's forcing people to, you know, quote unquote, evacuate, trying to using fear, trying to scare them out of their homes, and that way they get their homes and their vehicles and all their belongings and all that stuff, and or they can't return to the area, period, or they're shipped out on barges or whatever. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, well, there you go. So don't listen to these people that tell you, "Oh, I'll just get out of there." They do it as an afterthought. Oh, well, I'd call this, call that, do this, do that, and I'd care too much about you people. So just, if I was you, I'd just get the heck out of there. Please don't listen to that because you're giving up. How do I know? Let's just say I've got personal experience in this department. And I didn't run, by the way. Yeah. Let's just say they still proceeded to do something that wasn't very good. And with the help of the almighty true creator of the greater good above, hopefully that's not done yet. Anyway, but I wanted to give a really fast thought here on they'd asked me, what would make you think that an attack is going on or whatever. All right, well, I'll just give you a couple of examples, a few examples. I can't go into everything, but people, okay, for example, if you think back to Vietnam, just think back to Vietnam. You see all the footage on TV and, well, actually, I can't even recommend that because so much of it is fake, but let's use that anyway. All right, so you say, oh, you got an enemy coming in. What do they do? What do they do when they want to take over our land, or they want to make sure that the people are put out, or forced off their land, or forced out of their land, or whatever? What do they do? Well, one of the first things they do is if they come through, I'm going to leave all the terrible stuff out, but if they come through, what do? They burn the village. They burn the homes. They burn the village. People, how many years have you seen wildfires going on? And nobody's done anything about it. They just, well, let's do what we can to get it out. And that's the end of it. I can't believe, that nobody's thought differently. Has it not crossed anybody's mind that, and I have to use the word, they could be, maybe, possibly. Okay, so has anybody ever thought of the fact that more than likely they're probably setting these on purpose? If you've ever looked at Agenda 21 or 2030 or 30 or whatever it is, I mean, it's written right there, and the sinkholes are the same, and those have even a more terrible story to them. But for the moment, let's use what does an enemy do when they want to, in a wartime, when they want to force a village down, the people to move on, get out of there? They burn the homes. Well, now you have the largest wildfire in Los Angeles history, at least that's what they're calling it. Come on, people. Explosions. Well, let's see. Explosions in a wartime, that would mean dropping bombs, but or they're whatever they call them in the military, ordinances, whatever. But those can come in the form of in other forms, I should say. Volcanoes, other types of natural disasters. And if you notice, they all have, or even like, weather. But when it's concentrated on a particular area, and you see a lot of people forced from their homes, just please don't drop your guard, people. Please, I mean, you have to start looking at it. Look, I mean, it's all at the same time, and all these people are being forced from their homes en masse. And then you hear worse stories of what, I don't know if that's true or not yet. I haven't investigated that part yet, but, being pushed out on barges out to sea and whatever. And I've already actually put that scenario to work, because that's in something I have up there called The Big Show. It's in like 3 parts, I think, and explains exactly how they do all that. So, I just don't want to see anybody else, having to get put out of their home, and, they're just taking them, what you've worked so hard for all your life. And let me tell you, it's the way, it's not, it's as much as the fact they're doing it, period, is the fact that the way they're doing it, because they're BSing everybody into leaving so they can just come in easily and take it over, so they don't have to fight. Why? Well, I have a big word for that, and it starts with a C. Anyway, but that's just that's to example. Well, that's the main reason, though, is, and then that's why I would say such a thing, or think such a thing. Okay, all this has an agenda of forcing people out of their homes en masse, and then possibly worse. And finally, being the fact that, if you don't understand this, ask one of the advanced people, or somebody who just gets it or understands. But, with so many people having realized and or woken up to what they have done to this country, it's just amazing. I find it amazing that when you're on the eve, when it's the quote unquote 11th hour, and you're about to have all kinds of evidence stacked against you, and not only that, these beings, because they're not, I call them beings because they're too damn evil to be called human. When there's all of a sudden at the 11th hour, quote unquote, and not only are they on the verge of having all this evidence stacked against you, but more than likely you're probably going to be put away, and or worse. Not to mention you're going to lose all that stuff that you've been stealing for years, and the power to boot, meaning absolute power, like over, everybody, the world, and all that stuff. Well, think about it, people. What would a mastermind, insane being, criminal being like that do? I'll tell you what they do. If I can't have it, you're not going to have it. Nobody's going to have it. And then they just destroy everything. So I really hope not. But I always quote the great Patrick Swayze in a scene from an incredible movie he did called Roadhouse. And I know it's strange, but it's also true, where he says, it'll get worse before it gets better. Oh, how true it is. I love each and every one of you. Take care, and hope to talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.